There was once a time when battle called for more than just the will to live. It required strength and courage, weapons forged in the fires of passion and righteousness, fused with magic from the realms beyond, and talent. Oh, much talent was required. Talent like this.
Leg, I'm a leg guy.
And like that.
Oh no.
We cannot stress it enough. You had to be good. You had to be like, really talented. Welcome back, Squad. This week we're reviewing Battle Talent, a physics-based sword fighting game that took us through a wide range of emotions. We were completely ready to give this game a terrible squad score, but after giving it a second chance, we discovered a secret that we're excited to share with you. So let's dive right in. Now, before we begin, we are legally required to let you know that this game is rated M for Mom's not gonna be a huge fan of this one. That aside, picture this. You're a knight, armed with a big-ass sword and sweet magical spells. Your job is to explore dungeons that are constantly changing and fight in arenas against a bunch of different enemies.
Okay. I'm intrigued. What kind of enemies are we talking about here?
Oh, you know, just your classics. There are goblins, skeletons, ghouls, fire ghouls, big skeletons, Five Nights at Freddy's, Star Wars, Balrogs, and like 80 more characters. It's all pretty standard stuff, really. And to top it off, there's a good dose of gore and action in there as well. Blood here, limbs there. It's very satisfying, and it also kind of reminds me of that Monty Python movie Dad loves referencing.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch.
Dude, this sounds epic. But why does it feel like you're holding back on me? What you hiding?
Well, despite all this epicness, I kind of got bored.
What? Bored? Dude, how'd you get bored?
Dude, you were there with me.
Yeah, I know. Alright, skid aside, I know where you're coming from, and it wasn't like we got bored per se. It was just like the first time we played, we just got lost and a little bit confused. Here, let's walk through it. Start with the beginning.
Yeah, good idea. Well, in the beginning, my first impression was great, right? Like, the graphics were pretty cool, the narrative was super chill, the fact that we could summon weapons was pretty freaking awesome. You know, I felt like this sexy Thor god.
Completely understandable, go on.
Also, with most VR games, there's always a bit of a learning curve, but this game was super straightforward and easy to pick up. The main thing that you had to learn was how to use your sword, and there's not really much of a manual. You need to wave a sword around. Now, could I give this game to Granny and expect her to become He-Man with it? No.
She's not even legally able to drive.
But the point to be made was how easy it was to pick up this game and start killing things.
Yeah, I agree. I thought this game was pretty easy to pick up as well. Also, what about those cool spells? I thought those were pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, the spells were definitely super cool. I like that in order to use the spell, you had to collect the spell gems first, grab it, place it in your armor, and then use it to summon the spell from your hand. It made me feel like I was a secret love child between Thanos and Goku.
Well, there's the mental image. Good stuff aside, let's dive into the parts where we're starting to get a bit lost, right?
Right, so
yeah.
Here's the reason why initially I started to get bored with this game, as well as a little pissed off. But that's mostly due to Gregory. But we'll get to him later. The first problem was that I just could not understand the weapon loadout system. It would enable weapons in the lobby, but when you entered the game, you would not have them equipped. I then realized that this meant you are equipping just a chance to get these weapons within the game. But even then, it seemed like we rarely ever got the weapons or spells that we chose. So that was one strike. And strike two was Gregory. Gregory was an orc boss that for the love of our lives, we could not beat. He was menacing, he was quick, he was a dick. But beating Gregory was just the half of it. What made Gregory such a pain was that if you lost to him, the game did not save. You had to restart the whole level. Now, before the comment section gets all, oh, boo-hoo, in my day, we would put bricks in our Kellogg's, because that's what us kids did back in the 90s. You know, you don't know pain. My games didn't have save states. I swear this generation, I disagree. Yes, games should be challenging and make you work, but this is VR. You're not only playing a game, you're doing a full body workout at the same time.
Dude, I was so sweaty after playing this game. But that's what happens when you're fighting 50 different monsters and one Gregory all at the same time. You get a little greasy in your pits, bro.
Exactly, and I get it. Honestly, we signed up for this when we put on our VR headsets. But it was the combo of sweat, and the no saving, and Gregory endlessly disgracing our family name that made me just want to stop playing after day 1. And so, that's exactly what we did. Angry, upset, defeated, we let Battle Talent sit idly by, letting it think it would never be played again, alone. But then one day, we realized we could learn to love again, and decided to give it a second shot, and what we discovered was absolutely crazy. These mods were incredible. You could download so many different fun weapons like plasma guns, or rocket launchers, or super OP bow and arrows. And that was literally just the beginning. There were also a bunch of different skins from different games or even movies. I went to the sandbox mode and became Iron Man. Then spawned a wave of Five Nights at Freddy characters and destroyed them. Then right after that, I decided to become Homelander and started smoking some Jedis with my laser eyes. And once again, that's not even scratching the surface of possibilities here. There were different mods for enemies such as Balrogs, Five Nights at Freddy's characters, as well as different spells that can make you become a Super Saiyan or a JoJo character. The access to mods in this game completely turned around how much fun we had. If you were to ever play this game, definitely make sure to activate your mods. We'll list the steps within the comments down below. Now, taking in all that information, it's time to give Battle Talent an official squad score. As we know, every game is its own unique snowflake and should not be compared in the same light as every other game. So for this game, we're looking at 3 big metrics: narrative, game mechanics, and cost to fun ratio. First up is narrative. How deeply did you feel like you were part of the game? The game was good at putting you in the shoes of the main character. Granted, it's VR, so you're literally in the shoes of the main character. And while it may not have been as immersive as other games we've played, like NFL Pro Era or I Expect You to Die, I'll admit it, I was definitely a bit on edge while in the dungeons and fighting these monsters. So for that, I'm giving this game a 3.9. Next up is the game mechanics. How intuitive was the game? And specifically, since this is a fighting game, how technical did you have to be to win a fight? Was it a good fight, or could you just spam your way through the game?
Yes, it is the most OP technique.
When looking at this game and comparing it to Gorn, we have to admit it was much more technical. It definitely took a sliver of skill, or shall we say, talent, to fight enemies. It was still quite easy to put your enemies into a blender of spamming. So with that being said, we're giving this game a 3.0. Last is the ever-loved cost to fun ratio. For how much money you spent, how much fun did you get? This game was $20 on the Meta Store, and after playing this game the first time, we would have said this game is not worth any money at all. After playing it the second time though, discovering the awesome mods, and finally beating Gregory, we would easily recommend this game to anyone who has the money to buy it. So for that, we're giving this game a 4.5. That brings our official squad score to a 3.8. That's a solid score, but it seems like NFL Pro Era still remains #1, baby.
Man, we really need to find a game to take this game off the throne. If you guys have any suggestions on a game you think could outrank NFL Pro Era, let us know in the comments down below.
Dude, I totally agree. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit that bell, give this video a like. Until next time, squad up.
Squad up.